Hey guys, the Bible teaches us to number our days. In fact, David prays, Lord, help us to number our days. Why is that? Help us to take advantage of every moment. See, here's the thing, you often hear in leadership circles, you'll hear this. If you're going to be there, be there. All right? If you're on vacation, be on vacation. Don't be at work while you're on vacation. And don't be on vacation while you're at work. When you're at work, do your job. When you're on vacation, do vacation. I know, man, I am talking to myself right here. A lot of times I'm thinking ahead. I'm thinking so far ahead that I can't be in the moment. And that's not good. As old as I am, it's getting to the point where you think I would have learned this lesson. Well, I learn it I learn it in cycles. I really do. I learn it in yearly cycles, a period of during the year, every year it seems, for a few months. I catch on to this and realize that I need to live in the moment. I need to live in the moment and make sure that every moment that I can, that I'm making a difference. And by that, if I'm in front of someone speaking to them, be there at that moment. Be there speaking to them at that moment. Making sure that they recognize they're important. Or if I'm around the grandkids, be with the grandkids. I'll constantly be thinking ahead as to what I've got going on. Now, obviously you have schedules. You're going to be thinking about that. That's fine. Try to push that aside, because what you've done is you've scheduled a moment for that. When kids are over at the house, be there, be involved in that. Certainly can't spend all of my time in front of the television. Can't spend all of my time just goofing off. But there ought to be those times that we are. But here's the thing on all that. Teach us to number our days. Okay? We have no idea. Consider today your last day. What would you do if today was your last day? What would you ask God? God, show me what it is that you want me to do this last day of my life. Well, certainly you would think witness would be one of those. Certainly you would think, crying out for others, telling people about the Lord, telling the people that you love them, spending time with family, and making sure family's around you, and making sure that you're loving them with everything you got, knowing that today's your last day. Well, consider that every day. All right. When you got to work and you got to go to work, be the very best worker you can, because this might be the last impression you make upon your boss as such, as a Christian and as a good person. Live that life. Okay. Live where you are at that moment. God has that moment for you right now. And that moment is going to interpret your future rather than just looking at it and saying, hey, I don't know. What it's going to do is it's going to say, hey, the future is what you're making it right now. If you're paying attention to your kids, they're going to recognize it, and the future is going to tell you paid attention to your kids. If you're constantly, your eyes, I know someone whose eyes are constantly going from place to place when I'm sitting there trying to talk to them, and it drives me crazy. It can drive you crazy too, and I recognize that. Why? Because you want their attention. You want that moment. So take time in that moment to ask God what it is you're supposed to learn from it. But how about just moments and soak them in? If you're supposed to be doing one thing, be doing that. Be focused on that. And then the next moment, be fully in that moment. Okay? And that means, hey, when you're in church, when you're listening to the word or spending time in devotion to the word, even in prayer, don't be thinking about other things. Think about your time with God. Be in the moment you are in. Amen? See you guys. Bye-bye.